The 2026 NATO summit is scheduled to take place in Ankara, Türkiye, on July 7 to 8, 2026, at the Reshape presidential complex. NATO's official media advisory states that the meeting will be chaired by the NATO Secretary-General and held at the Reshape presidential compound in Ankara. NATO's General Summit page also confirms that the previous summit was held in The Hague in June 2025 and that the next one will be held in Türkiye in July 2026. NATO summits are meetings of the North Atlantic Council at the level of heads of state and government. According to NATO, they are the highest-level political meetings of the alliance. NATO states that allied leaders use these meetings to discuss issues facing the alliance and provide strategic direction for NATO activities. NATO currently has 32 member countries, known as allies. These states meet within NATO to discuss political and security issues and make collective decisions by consensus. NATO's consensus-based structure means that decisions are agreed collectively by all allies. The summit will take place after the 2025 NATO summit in The Hague, where allies agreed to a defense investment commitment. NATO's official explanation states that allies committed to investing 5% of GDP annually by 2035 on core defense requirements and defense and security-related spending. Within that framework, at least 3.5% of GDP is to be allocated to core defense requirements and NATO capability targets, while the broader 5% commitment also includes defense and security-related investments. Defense spending and burden sharing have been recurring topics in NATO discussions. NATO's defense investment framework links spending targets to military capability, readiness, and resilience. The United States and several European allies have discussed the distribution of defense responsibilities within the alliance, particularly regarding burden sharing and defense investment levels. Ukraine remains a subject of NATO policy discussions. NATO's official position is that the alliance supports Ukraine's inherent right to self-defense and its right to choose its own security arrangements. NATO also states that Ukraine's future is in NATO. Since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, NATO's practical cooperation with Ukraine has expanded in areas such as defense planning, interoperability, and support for Ukraine's defense needs. Ahead of the Ankara summit, Reuters reported that Ukraine expects NATO to discuss financial support for Kyiv, although some proposals have not gained full traction among allies. NATO's relationship with Ukraine, Russia's war against Ukraine and support measures adopted by allied countries remain subjects of discussion within the alliance. Türkiye's role in NATO provides context for the summit. Türkiye became a NATO member on February 18, 1952 together with Greece and has remained a member of the alliance for more than 7 decades. Türkiye's geography places it between Europe, the Black Sea region, the Middle East, the Eastern Mediterranean and the Caucasus. The Black Sea region is connected to several current security issues, including Russia's military activity, Ukraine's security situation, maritime routes, energy infrastructure and NATO's southeastern flank. Türkiye controls access between the Mediterranean and the Black Sea through the Turkish Straits under the framework of the Montreux Convention regarding the regime of the Straits. The summit will take place during ongoing discussions among allies regarding defense spending, regional security priorities and transatlantic relations. Reuters reported that Türkiye wants the Ankara summit to reaffirm NATO's unity and integrity. The participation of the United States will also attract attention. Reuters reported that Donald Trump is expected to attend the Ankara summit, according to Marco Rubio. Trump has previously criticized NATO allies regarding defense spending and burden sharing. Cybersecurity and hybrid threats form part of NATO's broader security agenda. NATO's defense investment framework includes both traditional military spending and defense and security-related investments. NATO documents and policy discussions reference issues such as cyber attacks, disinformation, critical infrastructure protection and resilience measures. NATO summits also provide opportunities for bilateral and multilateral meetings among leaders. NATO states that summits normally involve member countries, although other formats may be used when agreed by allies. Such meetings may address topics including NATO cooperation, regional security matters, defense industry cooperation and support measures related to Ukraine. It is confirmed that the summit will be held in Ankara on July 7 to 8, 2026, at the Reshape presidential compound. And that NATO summits are meetings of the North Atlantic Council at the level of heads of state and government chaired by the NATO Secretary-General. It is also confirmed that NATO has 32 members.